It's Sunday, March 15th, 2020. We're in the first day of lockdown here in Manila. As you can see, some of the streets are just completely empty, which would usually be jam-packed. We really don't trust all that's being said in the media, so we had to check out for ourselves by going to Eastwood to buy some groceries. We lived in Eastwood for over 4 years, and it's one of the busiest malls in Manila. So we had to go check out to see what's happening. So we hit the streets. This is C5, which is the second busiest street or road here in Manila, next to EDSA. As you can see, there's very little traffic, if any. And it starts to rain, so we gotta duck under some cover. This is the lockdown here in Metro Manila. So we went out to check out the streets and it started raining. As you can see, there's very few cars or motorcycles cruising by here at the shell where we're ducked in from the rain. Even for a Sunday, Eastwood is just completely empty. Sidewalks are empty. This intersection usually is got hundreds of people trying to cross, and today nobody. 2 people. That's it. This is just really weird to see. I mean, in 5 years I've been here, I've never seen the streets and sidewalks so empty in Eastwood Mall. People walking around are just far and few in between. Nobody, barely anybody on the streets, the restaurants, empty. Never seen it like this before. Eastwood Mall, ghost town. If you've lived here, you'll know that this is a very busy mall. Heck, even Starbucks is barely got but a handful of people in it. Eastwood City is an 18.5 hectare residential, commercial, business, and entertainment complex. At any given time, there's 65,000 people here with a live, work, and play concept. But today, there's nobody out playing. We decided to save a little money and get out the mall or go to Robinson's by going to our local market. And on the way back to our neighborhood, you can see there's barely any traffic either direction. When you watch the news, people are adhering to social distancing. But what we saw with our own 2 eyes as we went to our local market is that people are not following these guidelines, as you can see. It's pretty damn hard to do social distancing in a jam-packed jeepney. As the Philippines National Police and the military start enforcing the checkpoints, the insanity begins. This is Sunday night. Just major traffic at the checkpoints, and it gets worse.
It will be an enhanced quarantine during which the movement of everyone will be significantly limited. Work in public and private sectors shall be limited to a work-at-home arrangement. If such an arrangement is not feasible, kung pwede mo matrabaho ito, tingi sa bahay mo, okay. Pero kung wala na, if you have no choice, you have to stay home.
Well, there you have it. Our president has spoken. I think it's the right move because social distancing in a LRT train, jeepneys, the number 1 mode of transportation here, you're virtually sitting in each other's laps. Let me just put this into perspectives for our friends in Southern California where I grew up. The city of LA has over 500 square miles with about 10 million people. Manila's 239 square miles and almost 13 million people, and it's the world's most crowded city. 24 hours here in Manila with our lockdown, and what's the best way to protect ourselves? Well, the people that are surviving have a strong immune system. You know, they're healthy, their immune is not compromised, and I found something that really is an amazing product. It's glutathione patches by LifeWave. I got it on right now. And also, we have a product that has also helped, which is stem cells. It's X39. The link is going to give you more information where, like the glutathione, it increases your glutathione 300% in the first 24 hours. My gosh. Glutathione is your master immune for your body. So if that's increased 300%, what's your immune system like? You have to protect yourself. And obviously with stem cells, you know, that speaks for itself. Both these products, all their products in LifeWave, I'll put a link below. They all have clinical studies. This is not some smoke and mirrors or my opinion. These are actual laboratory tested clinical studies. They have over 100 patents, 20 global patents, over 50 clinical studies the past 10 years. So folks, if there's anything I can give you a ray of hope, is that if your immune is strong, actually going to play a video here of some people that had COVID-19 and survived, and it's because they're healthy and with a strong immune system. So take a look at the link below. Keep yourself healthy, and please be safe. Take precautions. Subscribe and see what's happening here in Manila. I'll try to do this daily during the lockdown, if not multiple times a week. So stay safe and God bless. Peace out.
Strain it is. Now, just recently, a few weeks ago, they started testing for coronavirus as well. And so
And that's how you found out.
how I ultimately found out, correct.
Quickly before we go, you're very measured and calm. I know you have a PhD in bioengineering, but I know you talked about how your mother cried when she found out you had this. You were perhaps more curious than upset. But you know, for people out there who are afraid of this, what do you say to them now that you've been through it?
Yeah, that's a great question. So first of all, yes, my mother did cry. She didn't quite believe me that I was feeling better. You know, are going to be a mother even if you're a 37-year-old woman. But I think the big takeaway I want to tell everyone is please don't panic. You know, this is an unknown infectious agent that is relatively new to be infected in humans. However, if you are healthy, if you are younger, if you take good care of yourself when you're sick, you know, you will recover, I believe. And I'm living proof of that.
As people around the world struggle with the threat of coronavirus, healthcare workers on the front lines have to face this pandemic head on. Joining us now is a doctor who got infected with coronavirus while treating patients in Spain. Dr. Yale Tang Chen works at a hospital in Madrid. Dr. Chen, we are so glad to have you with us. How are you feeling today?
Thank you. Today, much better than yesterday.
How many days is this that you've been sick?
5 days.
You look great. I've got to say, you look great. And, you know, you've been charting the course of your illness on Twitter for people. So can you just take us through it? Day 1, what were your symptoms? Day 2, what were your symptoms? Day 3, and so on.
Sure. The first day, I started with some chills, with sore throat, cough, and a terrible headache. Then, and low-grade fever. And then moved to day 2. The headache started to fade away. I started with small mild diarrhea, and the low-grade fever disappeared also. The cough still was there. And day 3, I started to feel a little bit better.
As you were talking, we put up an ultrasound. You have an ultrasounds every day of your lungs. And what can we, if we could just put those up again? What it's hard for us to know what we're seeing, of course, but what do you see happening in your lungs through day 4?
What I see my ultrasound is opacities, which is correlates with a pneumonia.
Oh,
So the translation to my ultrasound will be pneumonia.
so you had pneumonia. You developed pneumonia
Yeah,
because of this.
yes. The pneumonia is common in this disease, and right now I'm doing just fine.
That's amazing, doctor, and we're so happy to hear that. You are, as we say, a doctor at University Hospital in Madrid, Spain. Doctors, of course, are
Yes.
hyper cautious. I mean, you all wear gloves, you wash your hands all the time, you wear protective garments. And so, do you know exactly how you caught coronavirus, or is it just community spread at your hospital?
One of my colleagues was positive probably way before the rest of us. So this is a message I want to send to all my doctor fellows, colleagues, to be careful. Anyone who is symptomatic should avoid any contact or even work.
That's interesting. So, in other words, before you all started wearing all of the protective garments, one of your colleagues was positive and probably spread it through touch, through coughing,
Yes.
through a surface?
Yes, back then, no, nobody knew that was positive, but after my positive test, he got it done as well and turned to be it. And since he was the first with symptoms, we guess uh, he could be the source.
Hmm. Doc, when are you going to be able to go back to work?
Probably in 1 week time. Hopefully, if everything goes right, I can, as soon as I don't have symptoms, I can repeat my test, and if it turns negative, I can go back to work. And yeah, probably my bosses will put me in the front line to see all patients.
Well, Dr. Yale Tung Chen, everyone appreciates being able to watch what you went through and then watch your quick recovery. Thank you so much for sharing your personal story with us today.
Thanks to you.
Look, it's great to see him.
Feeling better.
Yes, yes. Look, and the vast majority of people who get it will feel
Yes,
better.
but it wasn't mild. I mean, I think that there's also some confusion about what the 80% of people who get it, if it's mild, getting pneumonia, having chills, everything he
Yeah.
described, I don't know if we would consider that mild.
He didn't make it sound comfortable, that's for sure.